I must confess at various points in my life I've been a fan of fright flicks, though not so much at this particular point. For the most part, if these films are doing their job, at certain moments they will cause your heart to race, your throat to become dry, your stomach to become nauseous, and your breathing shallow. Now, some people hate these feelings to the point where they will avoid seeing films with even remotely threatening sounding titles. I remember my wife refusing to accompany me to see a film called Blade Runner, despite my assurances, because she was convinced it was a story about some half-crazed, knife-wielding jogger. Of course, then there are some among us who are positively addicted to the manifestations of prolonged exposure to vicarious terror. These are usually the same people who like to stand up on roller coasters. Few of their number ever collect Social Security. Personally, I fall somewhere in between, though as Hollywood's makeup and special effects continue to improve the reality of a horror movie, I become a less devoted fan. It is becoming increasingly difficult to convince oneself that it's only a movie. It's only a movie. Still, try to remember that as Jason stalks his next victim when Friday the 13th Part 2 continues after this.
What's up, creepers and geekers? Chris the Atari Creep. You know, growing up, film was always a big part of my life. Now, I never actually physically got involved in filmmaking, so to speak, though I kind of wish I had. I never had a video camera growing up. I wish I had asked for one, but I guess I focused more on music and other stuff. And it was just like, okay, well, are they really going to spend $1,000 on a camera too? They just bought me a guitar and an amp. So I never actually physically got involved. I did play around with effects and makeup, and I was constantly reading, say, Fangoria magazine. And another thing we would do is we would get the local TV guide, not the actual TV guide, but, with the Sunday paper. And the first thing I would do is I would grab that, and I would go to the back where they would list movies. And you just rifle through it. And, of course, I'd go to F and N for Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, and then H for Halloween. And I would look for specific, mostly horror movies, and then look to see what channels they were on at what time. One of my biggest influences as far as watching film when I was a kid was the gentleman you watched at the beginning of this video. His name is Dana Hershey, if I remember correctly. I probably should have did my research before hitting the record button, but I'll correct it if I needed to. He hosted a show called The Movie Loft on Channel 38 here in Boston, a UHF channel. Which eventually became the UPN network or something like that. I don't know. I don't watch TV anymore. So back then, yes, we had cable. We had the movie channel. We had HBO. And I believe we had Cinemax for this long until my parents realized the nighttime Cinemax wasn't so appropriate. And of course, they always went to bed early unless kids stayed up later. But that said, at least in my house, we only had the cable networks in the living room. And those TVs would often be occupied by, say, my mom. She would get home from work, and she was the type that was just like, I don't want to be bothered. I have my Diet Pepsi. I have my Benson & Hedges 100. And I just want to watch my programs. So with the exception of weekends and late evenings, the cable TV was off limits. However, up in their bedroom and eventually in my bedroom, through some trash picking, we had a little TV up on our bureau. And I would often watch Channel 38, the Movie Loft, to watch my films. That show introduced me to a lot of films that I don't think I normally would have been introduced to, nor would I have known about otherwise. Movies like 2 Minute Warning, stuff like that. Look that up. That's a great suspense movie. Just obscure movies that probably had a little bit of a name in the early days of its existence, say the late 60s, early 70s, and obviously going further back. But it really did introduce me to a lot of movies that otherwise, say HBO or any of the other cable networks, which were limited back then, wouldn't have. So I'm very grateful to have had that and very nostalgic to it. The other thing about the Movie Loft that I really, enjoy is I associate Friday the 13th solely with that. Yes, eventually I did watch them on cable networks. Yes, I did eventually rent them from my local video stores. But more times than not, whenever I would watch a movie, say like the first 2 Friday the 13th, and sometimes the third, it would always be on that show. So whenever I hear or see the grittiness of those first 3 movies, the movie Loft is always in the back of my mind, okay? But they would also play, like, say around Halloween time, they would play Halloween 2 instead of Halloween 1. Maybe once in a while Halloween 3. It would always be some off movie. So it was kind of like a B channel with a really great host. And I love that set. It's very simple. It's a stairway going up to a loft, some bricks, some books, and some guys sitting on boxes talking about movies. Similar to any other movie-esque show that you would watch, like Joe Bob Briggs, where they would come on in between the commercials, talk about the movie a little bit, give their feelings, talk about maybe an actor or an actress, some separation of degree between other films that they had worked on, and or the director, and stuff like that. So yes, I'm diversifying this channel quite a bit lately, and I know it's been a little convoluted. But I do feel that film was probably more prominent in my life than video games ever were. Though I solely focused on video games here on my channel. And of course now I'm branching out. So I wanted to do a segment based on film. I won't just talk about horror, even though that's my biggest influence. I love the horror film. I just love the craft of it, really. It's not necessarily a scary thing to most people. I love the rhythm of them. I love the innovation in them. The campier, the better. But we'll get into that for another time. So I'm not necessarily going to do like reviews. I may do a trailer reaction here and there. But for the most part, this is going to be more retrospective. My opinions, my feelings and my thoughts, maybe some memories of that time period, maybe watching it over a buddy's house, some craziness that ensued around it, getting in trouble, whatever. So it's going to be more of a kind of a show and tell instead of a review. Of course, I will let you know my thoughts on the film, but it won't be an in-depth breakdown of any film. And because of Channel 38's The Movie Loft, I believe it exists anymore. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. I hope it doesn't, because I don't want to infringe on anything. I am going to call this segment the Atari Creep's Movie Loft in tribute to that show that introduced me to a lot of great films that, again, I would never have been able to enjoy otherwise. So, guys, I hope you do follow me on this particular journey on my channel. Again, I know the video game stuff isn't for everyone. I know the Millie Macabre stuff isn't for everyone. And I know movie things aren't for everybody. Hence why I'm trying to diversify this channel and get more content up there. Because I like to create. I really do. And I guess in a way, I kind of like to entertain, though I'm not very entertaining. So, so I hope you follow me on this journey as well. I do have another Milk and Cookies episode coming up. It's kind of a bummer topic, but I feel I need to get it out. And I might even just do that today and upload these both on the same day. So with that, please keep an eye out for the first Movie Loft episode. I don't know what it'll be. I know I talk about Friday the 13th a lot, so I'll try to avoid doing that. Maybe with the new Blade Runner trailer, maybe we'll talk about Blade Runner. And there is a Blade Runner project for the Millie Macabre coming up. So that might all intertwine. So I never know where I'm going to go with any of this stuff. I'm really impulsive when it comes to my videos for the most part. The idea comes up, the tripod comes out, I put the phone on the broken selfie stick cradle, which I need to glue or just buy a new one, and I just go with it, make 5 or 6 takes, and just take the one I like. So that's all I really wanted to say, guys. I hope I didn't keep you too long. It's been over 8 minutes of me yapping, another minute of introduction, and that's it. So again, please follow me on this journey. We should have a lot of fun. I might even do there's some local things around here where filming has happened, and maybe I'll show you some of that stuff too. So who knows where it's going to go. If you have any suggestions, by all means, leave them down below. Leave any kind of feedback, thumbs up, thumbs down, all feedback's positive on any of my segments, not just video games, not just Millie Macabre, not just Movie Loft. I want honest opinions. And with that, guys, I hope you're all doing well. Thanks as always for watching. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey, what's up, folks? The Creep here. Thank you, as always, so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe for more. You can follow The Creep on social media, and feel free to reach out at any time here on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Creep would love to hear from you. And as always, thank you, take care, and bye-bye.